Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment you made?
I got some bars to these.
Run Ryan.
And here's the thing, you have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
What grade?
That one of them.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United.
Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. Man like Chef, boy. How you feeling, boy? You're well rested. You're well rested for the public. I know you was up and about. You was on social media starring. You was all over the place. What going on?
I'm so tired. I'm so tired still. I can't get choice. But so it goes on. Was a good season. Thankful for that.
Nice, yeah, man. And I mean the hustle getting promoted. You're out there, and not only visual mentation it too now, boy. So men know kind of quality, you know. Nice, man. It's always good to see when we rising now, bro. You know.
Even for that. This was not. It was an easy season at all. Juggling the hectic season and then the passing of my grandmother and stuff. But it's good. Everything turned out well. Every event we did was well received, and next year going to be bigger and better. Not even next year, not the rest of the year. Already looking, real good. So it's good to see the fruits of what you put all your hard work into, man.
Nice. But this was the first time you was invited to all these different socials to...
Yeah, this was, in terms of carnival, this was the most hectic carnival we've ever had. Boy, it was... We were practically booked nearly every weekend for the last month and a half. So, and then finishing off, we had back-to-back. For Beach House. Beach House was incredible. We got 2 tents, so we had the biggest allotment for Beach House.
Right.
So I had a wild meat tent for Beach House, and then I had a kind of Arabian upscale tent, and then we finish off with Soca Brainwash. So we did for Brainwash for Beach House alone was like about 6,000. And for Brainwash was 1,400. So and then the Carnival Sunday we had a private gig too, which that and all in itself was great. Was a contingent from Zimbabwe came down and we had to cook and stuff for them, and that was well received and stuff. And they already booked us for next year. They come down every year and they book us for the whole week to stay in next year. So it was not good. I'm tired. I swear I've fallen asleep on myself all the time, but definitely thankful.
Yeah, man. And if all you know we're talking about Asia's catering, Chef doing it wet out here, So big up yourself, man. We are Jordan on the inside and all Jordan all the way from the UK.
Hey, good night, brother. Good night.
Good night, everyone. How are you guys doing?
You could imagine that Jordan had to make a real sacrifice to be here.
Yes,
at
sir.
9 p.m. TT time. What time it is in the UK there, Jordan?
About 2-3 o'clock.
Nah, it's just only 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock? Okay.
Yeah, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And Jordan representing J-Buzz Sports Media as well. So big up to J-Buzz Sports Media as well. Continue doing the thing out there, man. How things with you, Jordan? It's been a while since we last had you in the pod.
Yeah, I think the last time I probably was on was like a couple years ago, and I don't think the guy is on tonight. I won't call him out, but I think one of them wanted Fernandez to be out of the team, out of the club. So it's been a while now.
That was the Phil.
Are you feeling?
Oh, okay. At least he's not on tonight. Well,
listen, no worries. Phil, you talk to Phil. Phil could tell you, hey, it is what it is,
Phil is a good one, man. When he feeling, he does say it, but when just like me, when we always willing to backtrack and apologize and get our money just due.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, all in all, I'm good. Just building myself up here. So I just happily the team is doing much better now than I won't mention the guy who managed us before. It's
Yeah, we do it.
yeah, I won't mention his name in this podcast, but yeah, it's good now. And I'm not sure what you guys been talking about before, but the game itself was
Well, we know start, so we ain't really
Okay.
reached that far yet, you know.
all right.
But I mean, glad to have you all the same, Jordan, man, and I like how you're representing the 866, the 868 behind you, man. That's what we're talking about, right? Richard on the inside. Good night to you. Thanks for joining,
Oh,
bro.
Richard, good night, brother.
Right? And he's saying another attacking midfielder needed to bolster our bench. Well, that's ain't nothing that can happen until in the summer, right?
Yeah.
But guys, let me get into it, right? It wasn't a pretty win by no means, you know, but the players secured that all important 3 points earlier, and we back at 4th place, right? And I think we're just 3 points behind 3rd place Villa, right? So now, in my opinion, you had to judge this performance a little bit differently. You know, we weren't good, right? We weren't the team. We weren't the team that, you know, dazzled versus City and Arsenal. You know, and the team that did fancy rondos versus Fulham and Spurs. But when you check it, fellas, the games versus the likes of the West Ham and Everton today, those were away games. Those were the kind of games that we would normally go and get bullied and drop points, because those teams are very stubborn, they're very physical. You know, they're more on the traditional kind of English kind of brand. You know, so to come out with 4 points earlier from the West Ham and the Everton game, 4 points out of a possible 6, I think that was real important. And I can't complain. Now again, fellas, Manchester United are not going to carve, you know, teams apart every single week. You know, this team that we see in here is a work in progress. It's the same team that Amorim had. You know, I don't think Carrick have any more players than Amorim had. You know, and earlier this Premier League is more attritional than ever, right? I believe Manchester United will have to win plenty games like this, right? Today, Everton came out to disrupt our flow, right? They pressed us high. They were physical. They challenged every ball, the first, the second, the third, the fourth. And I think even though we weren't at our best, we still found a way to get it done. And all we just always say it. In football, you have to learn to win ugly.
Yeah.
And I think earlier, you know, we were not good, but I still believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Fiper, we could discuss it. I still think we were the better team on the day, and that 3 points was fully deserved. You understand what you're saying?
I agree. You know, we have to with the past manager, there were games when, you know, we might have pulled out a decision. Wasn't much a result. Sorry, it wasn't much like that. But we wouldn't be pleased at all, because we would say to ourselves, that was just papering over cracks. We really wasn't that good, and we was lucky. But so that is one way of looking at things. But in the other aspect, as you rightfully point out, Dream, there are games that you're going to have to grind. You're going to have to grind. Today was not pretty at all. We weren't fluent at all today. And I really think, you see the lack of playing no football in the last week or so, I think it really hampered us. It hampered the progression that we did have.
It's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. That's a lot of time, long time. Yeah, we could say the team will be well rested, but let me be real. They may need rest right now. We need football. We need the flow, the constant team gelling, and I think that really affected us today. But even Selja, I honestly, no time I felt Everton was going to beat us today. I damn that fear, that kind of apprehension that we've developed as United fans is real, you know. But Jared, and that Carrick, it's slowly starting to go away. And we really always believe that, you know what, no matter what, we in the game. And so said, so done. The man substitution was on point. When he took off Ahmad, I know man was like, why you taking off Ahmad? But again, the man understand his team and he know what he doing. You know, so credit to him. We put out the win. Again, was no Sesko could have easily have come off the bench and had a hat trick if he had 4 rest of chances. But you know, it is what it is. I take any 3 points.
Yeah, for real. Jordan, what are you saying?
I think when it comes to games like this, as you guys been saying, like it's not gonna be the prettiest of games, and this could be similar to how it went with West Ham because quite similar. The first half was quite dull and boring. But yeah, I think something Carrick would have looked at in the last game would have been like put it on substitutions earlier. So this one was a little bit different. Now he put Sesko on earlier. I mean, I think he could have come on like in the 45th minute, just like after halftime or something, just something different. Because even the starting lineup, I was a little bit upset, not upset, but disappointed that Sheshko didn't start the game. Of all that he's been performing the last 4 or 5 games, no, 4 games. He scored. Yeah, so I'm happy that they got the win. It's just different tests that Carrick has been having now. Different games, big teams, low blocks, teams that we should be beating. We have beaten them now. And yeah, it's just good that we're getting these wins and we're cementing getting into Champions League football for next season now. As you said, it's 3 points behind Villa and 3 ahead of Chelsea, and I think Liverpool are a little bit behind us as well. So it's good that we're getting those wins now that we could get closer to get into Champions League football, maybe even getting top 3.
Yeah. No, I'm glad that you touched on the whole conversation because it had a lot of conversations around the starting lineup for this game today, right? So we want to talk about the starting 11, and it's been some time since we ever really talked about the starting 11 because it was wherever it was, right? Because we just were not playing good. It was wherever, and then since Carrick took over, it was very, very hard to argue, his team selections, right? So, Chef, what was your thoughts on the manager's selection for the game? Keeping in mind, as Jordan mentioned, Sesko has been scoring, but he didn't start today. What was your thoughts on it? And let's get into it now here.
For me, I get why men would say, he should get a look in as a start. But Jared, I just believe in playing our winning side. And if a team winning, you're right that also I like the fact that we have impact coming off the bench. Too long we've been just basically waiting, depending on the starting 11 to pull us out game after game. It's good to see that men coming off the bench and having that impact. For me, Jared, Sesko is young. His time definitely going to come. There are games that he is going to start. I'm sure that there are games this season he's going to get a starting thing. But Sure, just as long as he coming off the bench, doing what he's supposed to do. I was cool with the starting lineup. I was especially, also besides Sesko too. I was, even though I'm a little concerned about Martinez, I was glad to see Euro come back into the starting. Euro was really having a rough time, but after his last cameo and then today, he looked like the player that we expect to see. He looked like the young Rio Ferdinand. So yeah, it was good to see him and all look good in the back there next to Slavic.
Yeah. As I mentioned, Euro grew into the game because I find Euro start off that game real shaky. He had me a little annoyed.
But
Yeah,
I find
I find no, I'm not disagreeing with you. But even Euro, remember Euro would have been one of the players to come in who wasn't like a regular. He would have come in because Martinez wasn't there today. And I find he sort of shaky, especially with how Everton, was pressing now. He had the ball taken off him a couple of times. Some passes were cut out. So he was annoying me a little bit. But I mean, he grew in the game, and I think he ended the game pretty strongly. And just to also mention, I think you said it well, Chef. I always thought that the West Ham game, how West Ham approached that game, it was an anomaly, if I could say that, because that low block was a different kind of low block, boy.
Yeah.
You understand? They play real deep. You understand? And the team is a physically imposing team. The I don't know, some of them bigger in size. I don't know.
West Ham, right?
Yeah, like West Ham.
And the thing with West Ham, as opposed to Everton, the hard to break down, and when you catch them, you will hold on to them, you will beat them bad. But could give any team a tough. And the thing about them that they have over Everton though is that they have players too who could hurt you. Yeah?
But the thing about it though is the difference, and this is why I was kind of in support of Carrick continuing with Mbumo, Cunha, Ahmad. It's because Everton have not been playing that low block football all season. They have been playing, a little more front foot. They've been coming out.
Yeah,
they've been trusted. Yeah. So I knew that once we continue playing the way we have been playing with that kind of fluidity from the front three, I think we would have seen some joy today. I think where the game got tough for us is because Everton were pressing high in the midfield battle. I don't think we really won it, so to speak, in terms of from a physical standpoint. And I think that is where the breakdown, because we were trying to put passes through to the front three and they were being cut out. A lot. So the issue wasn't necessarily the front three, it was the supply to the front three, and then we had a lot of poor decision making. And so I don't know how Sesko would have fared differently. You understand, from the start, but I always believe that, if something not broken and it don't require fixing, then don't touch it.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Yeah, I just say that because just to fresh. I mean, I know they haven't played in 13 days or something. It's just a spring of surprise or something, just something different now, so we could just see what else he could. I know you want to change it with inside and that kind of stuff, but he will. I mean, yeah, he is young, and then Carrick is doing well. You always see him after the game, always hugging him or something, always whispering something in his ear, yeah, you're doing well, whatever. Probably the same thing he's saying in the press too. So yeah, he's young. I just like that he's always a handful off the bench. Doesn't matter what kind of time of the game is, he's always willing. Good areas, running. I mean, that sprint he beat today, I think it's 83 yards or something. I'm like, what is going on? And then he was
blistering that man, peel off there.
Dan,
I was like, this man not
Tarkowski
tired.
couldn't believe that, you know.
Yeah.
Only Tarkowski face. Because them was next to each other, you know.
Yeah.
And when
No,
that man,
Sesko's behind he. Sesko's
Yeah.
behind he.
and when Sesko turned on them afterburners, the camera, if you're watching the camera and all, was behind it for a second, you know, because them, the camera and all was like, wait, but this man getting into the play.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I watched it go a few times. I haven't seen a good angle of him actually like doing an actual sprint, but like it's like 83 yards or something he did. Like I need to watch it over again, but like that's proper. And then he wasn't breathing hard after as
Nope.
well, and just yeah, it's good. It's promising to see that like that's our striker for our future. You
Yeah.
know? So, and it's good that we don't have to rely on him as much because we have Mbumo and Cunha and other players who could play in that position, even when Sesko isn't firing at the moment or whatever like that. So,
But you know, and interesting enough, I remember one of the pods in the past we were talking, and I think it's JP was making the point. He was saying, you know, we just put so much pressure on these young players now
Young
coming
player.
into the club and putting the whole weight of the goal scoring responsibility on these young strikers. We give them chance to, you know, grow and develop and flow into, you know, how we just play and what we require from them. And you know, he was making the point that you gradually integrate them into the team, you know, have them come off the so indirectly what you're doing is you're taking the responsibility of the weight of the goal scoring off their shoulder and they put it on players who are a little more seasoned. So the fact that you have the proven Cunha, you have the proven Mbumo on the field starting the games, carrying the responsibility. And then after now, you have a player who young and upcoming, very, very talented, you understand? And he coming with something different. He offering a different threat. He coming on after now, you know, to do his thing. And we have been seeing how well it has been working. So, and the norm with fandom is once you come on and you score a goal, the way you start the next game. But it has more dynamics to the football than that. And I'm saying it's working, you know, it's working. Let's continue to allow the fella to develop, you know, without the pressure of having to carry all the goals or the main responsibility for goals. And come on, take last game you would have got what 20 minutes. This time you would have gotten about a half an hour. And make use of your time and you know continue
Them himself.
Yeah. So you know, I like the fact that, you know, not because he scored against West Ham, you know, Carrick just decided, well, hey, I'm going to throw it in there. I like the fact that Carrick, you know, seeing is a young player, I'm not going to rush his process. He could be here for a long time. Let me build the man into the team, you know?
Yeah.
Let me just get some comments real quick, guys. Yeah, so Richard saying here the amount of corners in this game was atrocious. And we go talk about that. We will talk about this, right?
Yeah.
We will talk about this. He also saying here, only thing saved us today was Everton lack of quality in the final third and laments.
I don't agree with that.
I don't necessarily agree with that either, you know.
No.
You know, I think defensively we've been very, very solid. And it's only the last 5 minutes, I think, is where you can tell we were tired when Everton started to
Everton did not. How much clean cut chances did Everton really have
None.
against us?
None.
Everton was trying to bully us on corners, and I'm sure Everton trying to do the Arsenal, but we handle ours. I had to say that if at the start of the season, what Everton was doing us there, we would have conceded. Lord knows if Onana was in that goal, we sure conceded. We sure conceded.
That shot that oh gosh, yes, what's his name? George?
Keane. That was goal.
Yeah.
That was goal. Onana would have be the ball, and Onana would have fly into the net like a duppy.
Richard also said here, these games will build character, no doubt.
Definitely.
No doubt. Phil on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining. He said, no, Big Ben is another option off the bench, right? He's saying here, Lenny Rowe Lenny Euro had a big game today.
Yep. What
Um,
part of the world Phil is now?
Phil home in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
Right? At least that's what I do. That's what I think, right? Lamens, after 10 seconds, kicked the ball straight into Everton striker face. For the
Yeah,
goal.
I
Yeah,
saw
boy.
that. I was
Yeah,
like,
boy.
oh, okay. He has some dodgy starts to the game. I've seen not this game only, but I can't remember. But he's had some moments where he's just need to calm down a little bit. But yeah, I saw that 10 seconds. I was like, okay, let's not do that today. Just not today.
But that man make amends for that piece of nonsense with the rest
Come
of
on.
the
Yeah.
Come on.
you
Yeah,
know.
he's still young, but yeah,
Javed on the inside. Thanks for
doing well.
joining, Javed. He's saying glad for the win. Euro is the only player on the team not looking confident, but he will be better with some minutes. Beyond that, so the effort is not it's not quality from all. Need to create more higher quality chances. Value of result is huge. Unbeaten in 2026. Third place loading. You're right. There's some that we can't understate it. We are getting for 2026 yet. I think we're the only team that hasn't
We
been
are the only
beaten
team in the league.
so far in 2026. Phil saying here, Everton in open play is equal to low block. Everton on corners equal to WWE Royal Rumble. But Sonny Lamens and Maguire were Kane and Undertaker. Eric Lewis on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining.
Good night, Terry. Good night, man.
Phil saying here, so it's all three signings that link up to score the winner today.
Yep.
I'm taking that. I would have get the big money for.
And just to put a note to that, the play just before that winning goal was Cunha making a big time defensive block. When I see Cunha fly, because I thought the man had passed Cunha, and I see Cunha come and skid and block that ball, and it's from that resulting play now where we score. That was Cunha. You remember one of the things under that guy? A lot of people used to question his what he gives you defensively. But I in line, you see that piece of bench Cunha did eat for a few games. That way came up, boy. Cunha walking now.
Yeah. Phil saying he have the video for Jordan. So Jordan, Phil sent it to me, and I'm also sending it to you, right? So you can always check it out. All right.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, I just like to see sprinting. Like I don't know. I'll watch it after this. So,
yeah. Kurt on the inside. Good night, Kurt. Thanks for joining, man.
Good night.
Yeah. Eric saying here, David Moyes tried to be like Stoke City today, but somebody should have told him we don't have Onana anymore. For real. Hey, listen, they would not even need to do that if Onana was there. Just pass the ball to goal. You know? Jody on the inside, blessed night to you, and Jody only watching. Like all Jody doing.
Let's pull a remaster, yes?
Yeah. Like all Jody doing it, he just watching from afar, he tell me. He's saying Cunha real defend today, but yeah, for real. The man Cunha shift. You know, but I just wish Cunha could have done a better job going forward against a makeshift right back. That is all I say.
Yeah.
You know, not once he beat Ghana, you know.
But the play where Cunha get the ball and all Cunha had to do was just slide the ball over for Sesko to tap it in. Cunha, you wicked, eh?
Listen.
No, I think he slipped at the before he was gonna do that.
Before.
Yeah.
He did see this. That's why I get up laughing because he did slip. He was feeling old, but he could have passed that ball before, man.
Yeah.
But I tell you, knowing Cunha, that extra touch that Cunha slipped before he was going to shoot.
He was going to shoot. Cunha wasn't passing that ball.
Cunha was not passing that ball. You understand? Anyway, so quick question, fellas. Was Licha a big miss today? And let's say he don't make for the next. Do you consider? Look at how we played over the last couple of weeks. You know, you think he'll be a big miss, or you have confidence in what you saw today?
I think this game in particular, we didn't need him, just in terms of the set plays. I think Carrick gonna take him off early, just because of all that going on. And I mean, nothing happened in the end, but like this game in particular, we didn't need him. But like we'll see how Euro gets on if he does start the next few games. I mean, then you have Heaven also down there too. So I'll wait and see. Martinez will be a mess. We'll see how it goes next couple games.
But let me pose it like this for you, Chef. Does Martinez walk back into the team for Palace if he's available fit?
Um, I honestly think so. To be quite honest, I wouldn't say that he was greatly missed today, but inform Martinez is a big plus to our team in terms of not in terms of just his leadership, in his defensive doggedness. What he gives. The man is a boss, and especially in form. I personally don't think it have any defenders on our team can really give what Martinez gives. So to say he was missed at all, I wouldn't say that. But saying that he would walk back into the team, I probably think he would especially against a team like Palace. But if he Martinez is one of the players we really have to manage properly. So if he gets a knock, then I would say don't rush him back into the team. Just roll with Euro again, and let me see how it goes.
It looked like he got a calf injury, so I'm not sure how long that will be for.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be back for the Palace game.
Well, they said that from what I read, but I mean, I know you could be closer in proximity, Jordan. I mean, I guess you might know a little more. But from what I read, they say he'll be back in training this week. So they're hopeful that he'll be available for Palace. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
So I want to talk about Lamen's performance, guys. Now, Chef, there's always stick it up, man. About X Factor and all kind of thing, right? But we want to talk about Lamens and
can we say signing of the season? Signing of the season, bro?
I think Mbumo is my signing of the season still, right?
Lamens, brother.
I think Mbumo is my signing of the season.
And I like my Mbumo, but Lamens, dog.
Nah, he really
that man, I just feel. Oh, you remember? There was a point in time when David De Gea was just keeping me in basically the top half of the league, though. So that is what Lamens doing. And not only that, Lamens know how to calm a game down, Jed.
Yeah, boy.
You know how to calm, and you know how to. You know what? One of the things I appreciate about Lamens that men don't like, Jed, boom, kick the ball. Don't play around with them. If you had no choice, boom, kick the ball. We will start over the play. You don't take chances.
Yeah, and I mean the fact that he have his both feet proper, sometimes the left foot could be a little weak and it's swinging just to clear the ball.
Yeah.
But the both feet finding the target. I mean, it didn't find the target today as much, but from what we can usually see it from him now. I have a comment here from David Moyes. All right, so this was after the game. Moyes was saying here, we didn't expect the goalie to do what he did tonight. He was bloody brilliant tonight. For me, he was the best player. Jordan, we're looking at Lamen. Let's talk to him.
Yes, it's kind of ironic that I mean, our broadcast is different. So they had Monday Night Football and Van der Sar was the guest for tonight.
That's the coverage I was watching too on Sky.
Right. Yeah. So it's just so ironic that that Van der Sar is there, and then he spoke to him after the game, and then I watched something with him a couple of days ago with Gary Neville overlap, and then he says Lamens has a way to go, but like Van der Sar sees similarities to him, So I always say those three words with Lamens: I feel safe. I feel safe. I don't feel like He's a very chill guy. Nothing really phases him. I think that's what we really need right now. Not the I won't mention his name as well. The one from last time we had. Yeah, I think that's the kind of keepers we need now. Just the ones we had before. I mean, the hair was good too, but like what we had in between that is just not for us. And then we see now that I think we've lost only 2 games with him or something like that since he's been the goalkeeper in the Premier League. So yeah, I find he's coming to his own, and then I've seen people call him Baby Courtois and these kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm happy with him. Long may it continue. He's a solid goalkeeper.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, the saying is strikers will win you. How the saying goes? Strikers will win your games, but a strong defense
Yeah.
will win your
When you're titles.
Titles.
You know, and when you really check it, guys, anytime we had a top goalkeeper, we always had a period in between where we used to real suffer. We used to concede real stupid goals. And I remember before after it was Schmeichel. Then we went through a real thing with Barthez and all them sort of two men.
Madmen.
Yeah. And then
Tyobi.
Yeah, and then this guy from Australia, who's your partner? Who's your stupid partner? Bosnick. You understand? Then Tim Howard and all these sort of failure keepers. And then we get Van der Sar. And after Van der Sar, we suffer a little bit, and then we get the hair. Yeah. And then the normal process after the hair, we had to suffer with no, you know.
Before that, it still had Henderson, it had Johnston.
But I mean, I know you're saying he's a kind of, but the keepers who, you know, we just know this come to be a success here, there's always have this kind of aura, but you know, you can look at the hair, you can look at Van der Sar, now we're looking at Lamens, and I guess know that, hey, this is the guy, you know.
Yeah, so, and you know, is the sweet thing too for me about having Lamens, is that he's young, Jared.
Mm-hmm.
So you could possibly have a keeper for the next 10 years easily.
Yeah. You're right. And the thing that he's good at is the package deal that we wanted with De Gea, because he's a good shot blocker, but he's also good on the ball with his feet. And that's one of the things that we know we were saying, well, De Gea needed to improve on, because the shot blocking De Gea probably second to none. You know? But now we have a keeper who coming in, as I said before, Chef, he young, so he has room to learn and improve.
Yeah.
But you already have the ingredients. You understand? He have the footwork, and he could, you know.
One thing, and I like how you're actually seeing he learning already. Because in the first couple of games, you could see they was trying to welcome him to the EPL by roughing him up in the box, trying to crowd him up. Now he's learning to come and cough that ball out, push men out of the way. So he's learning. He will get there, man.
Yeah. You know, he's very commanding, and I like one of the best traits I like about Lamens is the way he commanding his area.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about this now, because I feel as though the FA, and I want to know your thoughts on this. You see what we're doing in them corners and them now?
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Look at what Meno posts on socials, right? Meno posts this, right? Look at that. And he also posted this. So it's like,
right, okay.
So it's like you know what's going on, right?
Yeah, ridiculous.
The players are all sensing the nonsense, right? So my question, fellas, right? Should the FA, or do you all think that the FA should or would review the rules on these corners? Because it reached a real, I don't know. It's like, what's going on now with corners, buddy?
I mean,
will they? Should they or
I
just let the
don't
game
think
play?
so because I mean this. I thought the ref was bad today. You know.
I agree. The refereeing wasn't good.
Yeah. So I mean, I need to. I will look at if if they're gonna do like a ref watch on that particular. They're probably not, but I thought today was bad in terms of handling that because I think it was. I think Everton had like 10 or 11 corners or something like that, and we had none. So it's just crazy that it kept happening. It keep happening all the time, like every single corner. And I think it was what it was Tarkovsky and Euro got a yellow card, but other than that,
Which
nobody
I
else.
don't better too.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that. So I don't think they're gonna do anything because is what we we're almost what 9 more games to go in this season, that kind of stuff.
11.
So
11, but I don't
11.
really mean but I don't really mean when I say I
Mhm.
I don't expect them to do anything this season. But do you all think that is something that the FA should review?
They will have to read. I honestly think at the end of the season they're gonna have to review. You remember a couple of years ago, they had changed the rules, and it was almost like the slightest touch was a penalty, and they reviewed that because they realized, all right, that was too much, and we had to find a middle ground with that. Well, they see what's going on now, and this is not to knock Arsenal way of doing things. Don't get me wrong, but that is not football. What Arsenal does be doing, and what even Everton, and the top other teams trying it now too.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing about it is Manchester actually high up in scoring from set pieces and things. But no, we don't be doing that nonsense. You could see our set pieces and things. There's be things practice. That's why they does be looking so good when we score off our set pieces. We doesn't be trying to bully the ball into the goal. And that's what them fellas is be doing. Them is just be trying to create chaos.
Yeah, 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 and it's Arsenal who start that nonsense. So
Yeah.
everybody else see Arsenal doing it, and nobody again penalized. So everybody now going and create chaos,
Yeah.
And it reached the point now where even the goalkeepers being pushed off the line.
That now you could be pushing the keeper
on a
into the
technicality.
goal.
Yeah.
Tempting is nonsense, boy.
So this thing for me, every time I see a corner or a set piece now, well, corners, for me, it's looking more and more chaotic. And
Yeah.
at some point, I think the FA has to look into it and try to, bring back some kind of control because this thing crazy.
Yeah, agreed.
Let me get some comments before we move on. So Phil saying here he slipped but 2 seconds before he could have released Sesko. There's the Cunha pass we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Licha will always be a miss. Euro did well today, but Barry and the other forwards saw him a bit scared on the ball. Licha's composure was missed, definitely. All right. Jody saying here, Shaw was driving me crazy today, only kicking away the ball senseless when he did not need to on many occasions. All right. The only thing I think Shaw do good today was dealing with Ndai, right? And Ndai is a real tricky person to deal with. And I find he did a fair job with that. Otherwise, showing game nothing here, overlapping here, no kind of outlet, nothing.
Shaw crossed the ball for the game.
No, he reached anywhere to cross the ball. Jody saying here, someone mentioned they here. Phil saying here, I don't think you guys realize that if I show speed was in bars today, all them corners we conceded. Yeah, Everton 7
No,
and 1.
we said that, Phil, for sure. If Onana was in the goal, we was conceded.
Yep. Kurt saying here, imagine we gained 3 clean sheets in so many matches. Lamens is a breath of fresh air, and I believe Vitek, I agree with, is a reliable backup. I agree with this full 100, Kurt. I think next season, Lamens and Vitek is 2 good keepers, and we get next old man to replace Tom Eaton. All right? Time for Bayern to go. Onana stay where he is. And well, me, I know what Tom Heaton doing next season. If he can go into coaching or something.
Vitek is one of the youth keepers.
Well, yeah, but he been on loan. He been having some very, very successful loans over the past 2 seasons, I think.
Okay.
You know, I think he's with Bristol City right now. But he's a solid goalkeeper. He's solid. So I would definitely bring him in next season as the number 2.
All right,
know?
cool.
So Phil telling us about some of the keepers that we had.
Oh,
So
God.
Andres Lindegaard, Victor Valdez, Sergio Romero. Sergio Romero was a good backup. You know?
Yeah,
He's the best backup ever.
Yeah. Kristen on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Kristen, good night.
All right, he's saying Thomas Kushak, can't spell the name, but I ain't even gonna try.
Yeah.
Richard saying here Romero was a good one, no lie.
Romero was unlucky.
Yeah, boy.
Because I liked him.
Yeah.
And for some reason, who was the coach at that time? Was Van Gaal?
Mourinho.
A couple coaches, and of course, De Gea and Romero was.
Did Romero start the Europa League final 2017? Or that was
Probably.
Yes.
He probably, yeah. Romero was good. Because remember, Romero couldn't get his starting berth consistently for Manchester, but he was the starting keeper for Argentina, you know.
So that would have been under Jose Mourinho.
Yeah. Alan Lewis on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining. He's saying glad for the gritty performance out of the team.
Yeah, definitely.
Facts. Christian saying here, watch now. All them chances at Lamens and the man hold it. Onana was parrying it for the opponent to shoot on the score. Yeah.
Damn, I swear. Listen, Lamens could get what you call it, a sponsorship with Evo Stick or one of them. No, that ball does not come out that man's hands at all.
Hey,
and he just get, this boy was dying. One of them hit a bullet today, and you see it skid, and that I was expecting that ball to come out.
Terry George,
yes. And I was expecting the ball to bubble out, and I see that man, the commentator and all was shocked how that man hold on to that ball. I said, Lord, if that was Onana.
Yeah, Onana was pushing it off right there for
somebody to tap in.
Yeah, Beto to come and slap it, and then get up and fix his socks and look brutish.
I got him.
Yeah, not me and Onana again.
But he should never see the inside of Old Trafford ever again, but unless he buy that ticket.
Jolly saying here, sure, I do nothing. Couldn't real bail him out.
Yeah.
So, question, right? We have 11 games to go, fellas.
Yeah.
We want to get giddy.
I think it was 9 games for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, we have 11. We have 11 to go. Yeah. All right. And I mean, it's up to you. You could get giddy. You know, you could think. But how confident are you all feeling about finishing top 4 and securing that Champions League spot for next season?
We're definitely going to qualify for Champions League. I think it's the top 5. I think so. Whatever. I think we'll finish 3rd, depending on, because all the other teams are in European competitions. All of them are in between that have competitions. So we're quite lucky that we could just, because we still have to play Chelsea. Who else we have to play still? So all them teams that Liverpool, I think.
Yeah, we have Liverpool still.
Yeah, so all them teams that we competing with, we still have to play them, and then they might have, I'm not sure what this fixture is going to be like that around that time, but I'm sure they will have some European fixtures there or something like that. So I'm confident that we'll make the top 4. I think we'll Champions League. So I think we'll finish 3rd.
All right. Yeah, Chef, you as confident as Jordan?
Yeah. You know me. The eyes negative Nancy, but no. I tell you, Carrick bring back my little bit of a semblance of pride for this team. So I honestly think we could catch Villa. I just don't believe Villa not going to drop points. So you see that 3 points that they have in front of us. I honestly feel we could catch Villa. I want us to get a little more daylight between us and Chelsea. So I would think we could finish third, man.
Yeah, yeah. And I think what is an important thing too is we have to. You see, like how teams drop points this match week, and we capitalize on that.
We have to continue to do
We had to
that.
continue to do that. So when the teams who vying for the spots that we after, when they drop points, we had to keep getting points, even if it's
Yeah.
a draw self. Worst case scenario, it had to be a draw. You understand? We had to keep extending the gap between those behind us, and shrink, closing the gap on those who are ahead of us. Because I'm telling you, it's so how the league is right now. It's so close that 1 win or 2 wins on the bounce, and it could change league positions easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
The good, and as I mentioned the last part, the good thing for us right now is, and it's always be good when there's this situation and you're not dependent on anybody else. Our destinies are in our hands. So once we continue to win, we don't care about what happened next door. We don't care what happened behind. We were in front of it. Once we continue to win, we know top 4 guaranteed. That's just how it is. So once we win, fellas, we inside in them.
Yeah.
We
don't
don't
just
need
have to continue to do. Just do our part.
Yeah, we don't need nobody to lose, and this one had to lose by 2 goals, and that one had to beat that one. We don't care about that right now. So we sit in a very commanding position for where we could determine our own destiny. So top 4 is more than achievable, right? I just hope that the points that we're supposed to take, we take them. I think it's very easy, and we've seen it over time, guys, that the games against the bigger teams, the Liverpool, City, Arsenal, we just tend to step up for them games.
All right.
Right? Do you all think it's an issue that United still seem to not get up for the games that are not, emotionally charged? Because just like West Ham, Everton, and who again? I can't remember who it was.
Fulham.
We find out, we talk about the lack of intensity. We talk about, certain things that we would not see that we would have seen against, the Arsenal.
I would say under Carrick, though, it's gotten a lot less. We men taking every game, because remember, for season after season, that has been our worry with this team, that we could pull off the results against these so-called top teams, but against the teams and them what's supposed to be food, we making it difficult for us and making teams look like prime Barcelona. So, yeah. But under Carrick, I honestly think it's gotten a lot better that we opt for every game. We treated every game by game, and we coming out, no matter who it is, to put licks under.
What about you, Jordan? Do you see it as an issue under Carrick, or you think we getting better at it? It wouldn't be an issue going forward?
I mean, so the first 2 were Arsenal, or Man City, Arsenal, and then we had Fulham. We had
Spurs,
right? Spurs and West Ham, and then Everton. So 2 of them were in the bottom 10. Spurs and West Ham. I don't want to say it's too early. Let's see what we do against Crystal Palace and see what happens after that. For now, I think we're managing it now a little bit, but we just have to keep winning, and then we could see that we actually are getting accustomed playing against these smaller teams than usual. Because before, Kara came in and we were under that guy. We weren't really picking up wins against those teams. I mean, look at the
No,
reverse fixture
no.
with Everton. I mean, I don't want to go back to that game too much, but like those games, that whole spell, we didn't pick up much points. I'm like, what's going on here? And
With an extra man.
yeah, well, I think after that game, I just stopped watching games. I just was watching the 3-minute highlights on my phone. I wasn't watching games at all under that guy for a while. So yeah, that's why you wanna see a different side of me. Before it was on this pod with that Portuguese guy. Yeah, I think we're slowly getting used to it. I mean, this is a good game. Everton today, we got over the line. Let's see what we do against Crystal Palace because they also are struggling too. And then we beat Spurs the other day. Well, anybody's beating Spurs now. So we have a few games coming up that I'm not sure about the schedule, but like we should have some games coming up that are bottom 10 teams or something like that. So
He's supposed to win.
yeah, we should be winning those, and that will help get us closer to Champions League qualification. So I think we're getting along that now.
For me, right, it's something, I don't know if to say it's something innate with our team that we have once the team better than us, and we do have to go as a team and go and break them down, and we could sit in a whether it's a mid block or a low block and counter because we are a very, very good transition team, right? The goal we scored today was a transition goal, and I think in the past we've always seemed to thrive and play some of our best football when we're not expected to win because it had no expectation, and then for us go out there and they play with heart and we get a result. But when we need to go at teams and we can't play transition football and teams sitting in a mid block or a low block and we had to break them down, we've always found it very, very difficult. One thing I noticed with Carrick is this focus a lot on possession and utilizing the midfield and trying to play through the lines, and I think that playing that way have a element of patience in it that I'm not sure Man United fans are ready for, We are accustomed to be quick football now, and sometimes they can't play that way when you have the onus is on you to win when a team sitting deep,
Yeah.
So I think it's something that I see that Carrick working on in terms of how we utilize the ball, the team a little more patient with it, and Kobe central to that, and it given me the belief that we will begin to see some more quality and some more impetus from this team when we play in teams who we expect to beat. I was telling Nico today, we were talking, and I was telling Nico today, I say, that West Ham game, it was a patience game. And if we did not concede and make that mistake that Shaw make, we'd have win that game. Because go with that come.
Yeah.
Some games is just a 1-0 winning, and today is the same. If we didn't make any mistake, we'd have be fighting for a point against Everton, but we didn't concede. So that's how I see it. It's a patience thing. It has some games that are grind and win, but just don't concede and never win the game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some comments real quick here, and we will look to land the plane. All right. Everton on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining. If Onana was in goal, we would have get 3 easily from Everton,
Only
just from
3?
the corner. Yeah. Phil saying here 11 games to go. So by the 9th or the 8th game, if we're in top 3, watch now. So he done saying All right. Right. So yes. So he just fixing the statement, right? He said that hit us 3 easily. Jody saying here with current form, we can finish top 4. What, Juju boss? What? Confidence? Last time I talked to Jody, boy, give me a little 5. I take another break from this team. Yeah.
That was
sound
all
like
of
me.
us. That was all of us.
Let me get one positive takeaway from the game, and again, I'm challenge all the fellas. We're not talking about laments anymore. One positive takeaway from the game today.
Um,
For me, it's good that we could pull out a win against a tough opposition, and it's not a moment of individual brilliance per se that we win the game by. Our best player, Bruno, he didn't have a good game today, but even self, despite that, we were able to win the game with a true team goal, with the team fighting defensively and transitioning into attack. For me, that was a real nice thing to see, and something that has been sorely lacking, because we always talking in here about depending on one player. So yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, excellent.
I keep thinking about the image of Cunha when he was it James Gardner?
Ghana,
And
yes, Ghana.
yeah,
Ghana.
that just sitting well with me right now. Like you rather have him as your team, as one of your players, than as your opposition. So that kind of sits well with me. That's my positive from it. Just feels like that's like our emotions from the game. So that's my positive. I can take.
The positive for me was seeing Carrick learn from the game before and changing things earlier. You know, because sometimes you have to give a player enough time to get into the game. And I know that is not a luxury, substitutes have most times. But you're giving him more time to make an impact. And I think it paid dividends, the fact that Sesko was doing to score the winner. I like when a manager not stubborn, and you could see that he learning from the game before, because he did say in the press conference post West Ham that maybe he could have brought on Sesko a little bit earlier, and we saw it today. Ahmad was struggling. What you insisting on? What you waiting for?
Yeah. You see the man, just make the change.
Yeah, and it's not like you're looking on the bench and you're seeing Shea Lacey there. Not that Shea Lacey bad, but he's a younger player. So, but you have Sesko there. He's showing you he could deliver the goods. Though the lady inevitable, man,
Yeah.
So that was the positive for me, that a manager, he not stubborn. He willing to learn. You're seeing how he learning and he making better decisions. So long may it continue, right? So, and as long as it benefit the team, we'll just get some comments and then we can wrap it up.
First away clean sheet of the season.
Well, look at that.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
And Carrick remains unbeaten. Eh?
Yes.
Phil saying here, I must mention Cunha, but Cunha is the best game out player we have had in a while. Yeah, he know to win them foul.
He understand that.
Yeah, he know to win the foul, lie down, laugh, throw yourself down, kick out the ball, all kind of hold up the ball.
Remembering that performance he had at Anfield, that was so good for me too.
Yeah. He's a good shithouser too, eh?
Yeah.
Eric saying here, 1 game a week, we must make top 4 or 5. Yeah. Jody saying here, responding to Phil, for real, then again, he's one of the better Brazilians to play for Man United. Right? Jody's a Brazilian as well, right? Eric saying here, let's not forget also Jim, the Radcliffe comments. Listen, I even want to shocking. What is wrong with these men and them, boy?
White privilege.
You just have them kind of owners who you're rich and you just get club the money and you keep quiet.
That's all.
I always thought he just looked fishy, and then when he said that, it just confirmed what I thought about him.
Yeah. When he said that, I just was like, totally unfazed and not surprised at all. And that's why I was so good with the Sheiks and them taking over.
use your money and hush. That's all. Just
That's all.
give the club the money to do what I do, and you just
The
stop talking.
Saudis and them just let the money talk. And then
Yeah,
them
boy.
just sit down in the box. You don't hear them in no interviews. Them don't give interviews. Them just spend money.
Yeah, boy. Come on, man. Phil saying here, me and Chef ain't shaving our beards until man you win 5 games in a row. Why you showing you that?
Oh, that guy doesn't need airtime right now.
Yeah. I'm so glad people realize people starting to jump off that bandwagon and promoting that nonsense now. So let's just focus. He credit to him. He making money off it or whatever, but it's become too much now.
Nobody seems
To
to
hear
about it, right?
fans study that more than getting the results. I started, so well, it can't be seriousness.
It's all about the sensationalism and that kind of thing. Right? But so, for me, win the 5 games, let him cut it here and we can go hear about here again. Because every single time we reach on the 4th game, he go pop up again. You understand? So
I mean, he could have used the women's team and then he'd have had that haircut and then a fade and he could have done anything. Yeah. Honestly, he's just so annoying right now.
Teach his own, you know?
Yeah.
Phil saying here, anyway, wanna realize that Bastian Schweinsteiger, Bayern Munich legend, getting on real bad whenever Man United play, whenever we score. Yeah.
He's a Manchester United fan. True and true.
True and true, yeah. Jody saying here, my positive was after 12 minutes into the first half, Carrick saw a change was needed. Yeah. When he made that change, Jody, I can't remember. Yeah.
What he did after 12 minutes, bro?
I can't remember any change. Tell me now. Guys, Crystal Palace at home Sunday. Any changes to your 11? You making any changes? Or are you going with the same team?
He's going to stick the same.
I think he should as well. I think he should as well, unless Sesko continue to come on and impact the game.
And poison them.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I think that brings us to the end of the pod, guys. You know, Jordan, it was good having you, back. You know, so whenever you feel that you're able and you can stay up late, holla, Chef, as always, buddy. You know, how we just do it. And those in the comment section, we do appreciate your interaction as well, all the likes, all the shares. And guys, don't forget, we really want to try to, migrate and have more viewing and comments from YouTube. All right, we do appreciate it. So guys, let me try to have up this right. Have a good night and see you on the next one. Blessings.
Blessings, brothers.